Bienvenidos a todos una vez más al canal, yo soy Roman Payne y aquí estamos en Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Es el mes de Halloween, es el mes de octubre y esa es la temática que vamos a traer a continuación. Un juego de fantasmas al más puro estilo de Hollywood. Y ahora vamos a entrar en ese parque de bomberos y comenzar nuestra aventura. ¡Vamos allá!
Corporeal manifestations, full-scale psychomagnetheric events, exiled Sumerian gods. For a fleeting, ephemeral moment, we were heroes. Celebrated across the city, heck, across the world. Unparalleled in our field. Preternatural pioneers on the brink of discoveries our scientific forefathers could never have even dreamed of. At even the slightest implication of paranormal activity, everyone knew who to call. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what happened. Chalk it up to a huge misunderstanding, a fallout. For a while, I wasn't sure why I was getting out of bed in the morning. And some mornings I didn't. That's all behind us now. We saved the world yet again, and we're back. The firehouse cleans up pretty good, huh? At one point, some hotshots bought the place and turned it into an overpriced Java joint. But now, we're up, running, and firing on all 16 cylinders. All to code, too. Well, most of the codes. At the very least, the codes we're aware of. For me, it's the energy of the old place. Pure ebullience, galvanic energy coursing through the air. And no, I'm not talking about anything psychokinetic, ectoplasmic, or paranormal. Just good, old-fashioned human emotion. Provinces of the living. Oh, I didn't know how much I needed to be back. How much Winston needed me back here. But someone from the old guard has to hold down the fort, you know? Because there's still real work to be done. And that's where you come in. The phone isn't ringing off the hook right now, which is a blessing and a curse. What's good for business is a bad omen for everything else. But if it were up to me, I'd still be in the thick of it. But it's time for a new generation. And that's you. You have the chance to peek behind the capricious veil of life itself and see firsthand what exists on the other side. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Well, slimy, really. And yes, that might mean having to pick up a book or two. What people don't know about the Ghostbusters could fill 10 encyclopedias. And before you even ask, yeah, I've thought about it. Been approached by some very interested parties, which isn't saying much. Every hack and wannabe with a laptop can be published today, whether they know the science or not. And trust me, they don't.
Ray?
Go ahead, this is Ray.
Is there someone there with you? Let me guess. The new recruit is there with you? Ray, you gotta let them get to work. All trainees report directly to the firehouse, remember? Over.
Well, that's our time. Good talk. Off you go to meet Kat. Welcome to the team. Don't worry, I'll be in touch.
Muy bien, pues después de esta presentación nos vamos a sumergir en el título. Te damos la bienvenida a Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Kat quiere hablar contigo, llevo un rato esperando en el callejón del parque de bomberos. Pulsa L para moverte con tu cazafantasmas y R para mirar alrededor. Ánimo en el primer día de trabajo. Vale.
No, of course it's not that.
Then what is it?
It's...
Look, I know you trust me. And speaking of Ray, based on the fact that you're 15 minutes late for your orientation, I'll assume you've already met him. He has a tendency to get worked up and can forget that we have an onboarding process for a reason.
Love Ray like a brother, but he needs to get out more.
Allow me to introduce the head honcho, Winston Zedmore.
Welcome, kid. Happy to have you on the team. I may sign the checks, but don't go around calling me boss. If you have any questions, don't ask me. Call Cat.
That's me. I run operations here. You and the other busters will get your jobs dispatched from me. Any trouble in the firehouse or the field, you come to me. Got it?
Got it.
Grab that radio off my desk.
Vale, nos pide que cojamos la radio del escritorio.
Okay, no time to waste, so let's get moving. First up, your jumpsuit, which you'll find in your closet. Pretty self-explanatory what that is. If it isn't, we've got problems. Head-to-toe meta-aramid polymer isn't the style for everyone, but I'm sure you'll find a way to make it your own. Keep your frequency tuned. I'll stay in contact. Now go ahead and suit up.
Personaliza a tu cazador con diferentes peinados, monos, camisetas, parches, accesorios y más para adaptarlo a tu estilo personal. Nuevos cosméticos se desbloquean a medida que subes de nivel, avanzas en la historia, completas contratos y más. Vuélvete loco o mantente elegante, todo depende de ti, ¿vale? Así que ahora tenemos que crear el personaje. Pues vamos a ello.
Hey, it's Kat. You decent? Come meet me in the alley. Target practice.
Pues tenemos a nuestro personaje creado. Y nos vamos al callejón.
Well, 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 look at you. How do you feel?
Ready to roll.
That's what we like to hear. Go ahead and pick up that proton pack. Sorry, that it's the... Would classic be the right word? Retro? Personally speaking, I love it. Not to worry though, the base tech is solid. That being said, we have some fun new modifications in the works. Winston's got a tech guy upstairs, but you'll be wielding this for now.
This is so freaking cool.
Now, let's learn how to use it. First up, the particle thrower. You had the toy when you were a kid, like I did. You can imagine the real thing has some actual kick to it. And don't forget, that pack's gonna overheat if you sustain fire long enough. So make sure you vent before you enter overheated cooldown. Venting manually will always be faster than waiting for the emergency cooldown. Oh, and keep an eye out for stray cats. Good work. All right, let's try some tethering. The ghost will try to escape your tether by pulling against your pull direction. When you see the tether getting damaged, pull in a different direction to counteract.
Vale. Puedes arrastrar al fantasma con la cámara o moviéndote. Puede liberarse.
Already hooking them like a pro. Once you've got tethering down, the next part is the trap. Try deploying the trap first, and then you'll learn how to activate it. Deploy the trap beneath the ghost if possible, especially if another Ghostbuster already has it tethered. The trap needs to settle before you can stomp the pedal and open it. Got it?
Vale. La lancé ligeramente mal. Recoger trampa.
Nice. Now to open or close the trap, you need to be in range of the pedal. Once it's open, pull the ghost into the field of the trap until it starts to get sucked in. The ghost can still escape, even when it's in the final pull field. So keep an eye on them until the trap is completely closed. And make sure to monitor the trap's battery, because the charge can drop fast when the trap is deployed and open. When you need to retrieve the trap, look down at the pedal or approach the trap itself. Once you've retrieved it, the trap battery will begin recharging.
Vale. Vale, ahora lo entendí. La trampa está allá. Y para tu casa. Ah, y tengo que recuperar la trampa. Vale.
And that's how you trap a ghost. Well done. Not many could pull this off on their first day. You've got skill. Now do it 40 more times.
Come in, Cat.
Hey, boss. What's up?
Keep it down out there. The neighbors are starting to complain. Again.
All right. We could always just move on to using the PKE meter. Take it inside?
Perfect. You got one down there?
Sure do. Right here.
Eddie can walk you through it. I don't know what he does in the lab all day, but I'm paying him for it. Eddie, are you on this channel? Eddie?
This is the only channel you give me access to.
Yeah, and for good reason. Listen, we got a new recruit that needs some pointers with the PKE meter. Walk them through it. Maybe give our kind and understanding New York neighbors a break.
I would, but I'm a little busy right now. I think I'm close to finally cracking what that smell is. See, there's this tiny gap between the radiator and the wall. And what fits perfectly between radiators and walls? A lot of things, apparently. But in this situation, it's something contained... Alright, if you pass your entrance test, this device should pretty much be second nature to you. The psychokinetic energy meter is one of the oldest and most valuable devices in the Ghostbusters arsenal. I wish I could take credit for its invention, but predates even me. Somehow.
Standard ghost tracker.
Bingo! Instead of further lecturing you on scientific breakthroughs, why don't I just show you? There. Do you see how it's responding? The PKE meter becomes more active based on the direction of the signal. When you're right on top of a paranormal entity, you'll know it. It's picking up on the metaphysical energy that empowers not only ghosts, but tons of other negatively charged objects. When the PKE picks up the metaphysical energy of ghosts and objects, it'll light up and make a bunch of noise. The screen displays a pattern depending on the type of signal being tracked. A cascading dot pattern means it's ecto energy, whereas an ascending dot pattern indicates a ghost drift. The sidearms will raise and lower depending on whether you're pointing it at the signal or not. The main screen and light elements will not illuminate if a signal is not present, so move around until you hit something. That's it! Congratulations! There's a chance you may not die on the first job.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Is that what it was?
Señales encontradas, 0 de 3. Vale.
A toddler without a frighteningly advanced piece of technology could have found that one.
Parece que por aquí por la mesa hay algo.
Dare I say you're actually pretty good at this? Hurry up and find the last item so we can both move on to the fun part of this job.
El muñequito.
That's all of them. Good thing I wasn't timing you. My watch battery would have died.
You're the office funny guy then, huh?
I've been told that people warm up to me. Okay. You can bring the PKE to the lab now. I think I just feel better knowing I checked it myself.
So, how was that experience?
Congratulations. You have soared up the rankings of my favorite coworkers.
Good. I'll need that head start as I continue to boss you around.
Hello.
Habla con Eddie. Parece amable. Venga, ve a hablar con él.
Quick, hand it over.
This place is wild.
Jungles are wild. Chaotic flora growing in all directions with reckless abandon. Everything you see here is exactly as I intended to be. And if you forget, you're as good as a gazelle in a lion's den. Dead. You're dead.
Yikes.
I bet you're wondering why we're not using the more advanced gigameters, huh? That's the never-ending struggle between science and budget constraints. Looks like everything is calibrated and ready to go. Okay, now that the minutiae is out of the way, let's get into the good stuff. Don't think that they just keep me around to calibrate supernatural dowsing rods for rookies, do you? Wait, I just realized that probably no one introduced me. Cat, could you introduce me?
Absolutely not.
Hello, I'm Dr. Edmund Chan, but you'll call me Eddie, because everyone does, and it's what I prefer.
It's nice to meet you, Eddie.
Not knowing a single thing about you, I'm gonna refrain from saying likewise. No offense.
None taken?
As you might have inferred, I run the lab here at Ghostbusters HQ. That means research and development, full technological oversight, and the occasional new recruit instruction. If you have any questions about any of your equipment, I'm the one to ask. Only me. Don't talk to anyone else. They don't know anything. Like that cyclotron on your back. I bet you didn't realize that it could be upgraded. Enhanced power coils, frictionless ionizers, you get the idea. Tons of things that you'll use every day out there on the job. Mopping up ectoplasm, heralded as a hero.
Are you okay?
The point is, bring me your gear and I'll make it better. Got it? Good. Looks like that's your cue.
Gonna have to cut your orientation short. We've got a job and I need you on it ASAP.
I'd wish you luck, except I don't believe in logical fallacies.
Vale. Bajada rápida. Tenemos nuestro primer encargo. Museo de Whitestone. Todo listo. Te damos la bienvenida al Museo de la Naturaleza y la Ciencia de Whitestone. Nos han dado el aviso de que hay un fantasma suelto, pero qué mejor forma de aprender el oficio de los cazafantasmas que esta. Como buen cazafantasmas, tu objetivo principal es cazar al fantasma antes de que posea todo el edificio. ¿Y eso cómo se hace? Atando al fantasma y arrastrándolo hasta una trampa abierta. Sin embargo, para poder atrapar al fantasma primero tienes que encontrar y destruir todas las grietas activas que haya en el edificio, ya que los fantasmas las usan para reaparecer. No podrás atrapar por completo al fantasma hasta que se hayan usado o destruido todas las grietas. Venga, busca la primera grieta. Vale.
All quiet so far.
Vale. Usa el artefacto para disparar y destruir el artefacto y revelar la grieta.
No problem.
Ha volado el cacharro, pero el mío. No le puedo disparar con esto. Sí, vale. ¿Y ahora? Mantén pulsado de R2 con el lanzapartículas para infligir daño a la grieta. Vale.
This is officially scary.
Ciudadanos calmados. Vale, vamos a calmar a la peña. Tú, señora, calmar. Vale. ¿Todavía hay que calmarte otra vez? Vale. Vamos a por el otro. Aún no he calmado a nadie, pero bueno. Deja de escapar de mí. Ajá, vale, ya entendí cómo se hace. Que venga aquí la otra señora. ¿Dónde está? ¿A dónde se me escondió? Vale. Hay que hacer el círculo completo. Genial. Vamos a encontrar a otro que esté un poco así como histérico. Aunque no es necesario para calmarle, puedes apoyar a un ciudadano sin ciertas no sé qué consecuencias. Será gañán. Bueno, pues tú escapa, me encargo del señor este, o la señora esta. Venga. Ya están calmados. Localiza y ata al fantasma para completar tu primer encargo. Ven pa' aquí, guapo. ¿Dónde se metió la muy perra? Te vengas para aquí. Miércoles, tengo que recoger la trampa. O reventó. Reventó, vale. Hay que poner otra.
It's over here. Okay, let's see what's over here.
Nuestra primera captura ha sido todo un éxito.
I bet you're wondering why you're one of the few people here. This firehouse is a work in progress, but it's our HQ. This place is special, and I really want it to be the jewel in the crown of our team. No pressure, though. We're a team, working together to watch each other's backs. That's how I learned to be successful, and I learned it right here. Don't sweat it if it feels like sometimes you're the only one around. We'll never send you into the field alone.
Vale. A la unidad de contención. Vaciar trampa. Ahora que has terminado el tutorial para Cazafantasmas, has desbloqueado el acceso completo al parque de bomberos. Eso significa que puedes invitar a amigos y recibir trabajos. Completa unos cuantos trabajos como Cazafantasmas para poder jugar como fantasma. ¡Qué bien! Vale. Entrenamiento para Cazafantasmas completado. Desbloquearemos el siguiente acto cuando alcancemos el nivel 4. Así que tendremos que ir haciendo diferentes trabajillos. Pero todo eso vendrá en el siguiente episodio. Este primer episodio lo vamos a dejar aquí. Me está gustando mucho esto, tiene muy buena pinta este título. No solo la jugabilidad, sino también estéticamente me gusta. Y tengo muchas ganas de continuar esta aventura. Pero este primer episodio se queda aquí, así que yo me despido, no sin antes recordaros que le deis a like al vídeo si os ha gustado, que os suscribáis para más. Un fuerte abrazo a todos y ya nos vemos en la próxima aventura.